Hello everyone, I am Boo and welcome back to the Age Misadventure. We are currently on Age 2 and we're going to be blowing through the first 5 episodes. So we have a nice round trinary 3 video series on Age 2. And we'll just roll right on into this. With me today is Anchor, Dingle, and Zai. Say hello everyone.
Hello.
What up?
Hello again, everyone.
Everybody's alive. Smug has been completely abducted by the gypsies. He's currently fighting a war in Bosnia to try to escape. Let's just roll right on into this. The first 5 episodes are better, but they are rather uneventful. The first 2 episodes in particular kind of don't need to exist. There's a few things that they establish which they could have established in the 3rd episode and just given it a tighter, leaner runtime. So
yeah,
it doesn't start off strong.
Although I will say, even despite this being mostly fluff, you can literally skip episode 18, and other than them cutting back to it a lot, you won't miss anything. It's way more entertaining because everyone on screen is actually like a person and compelling in their own way and not fucking retarded.
Yeah, so to talk about that, for audience information, we have reached the time skipping age, and we're dealing with our new protagonist, son of Flit, Mr. Assman.
Asemu Asuno. And it is 25 years after the end of Age 1, for those keeping track.
Yes, and Vargas is still alive somehow.
Emily and Millie are certified MILFs. It's great.
And finally,
Emily's dead inside, though.
Finally,
yeah.
Flit is now reached a compelling, interesting character. He is now enjoyable.
No, he's not. He's also barely in these.
Yeah.
Which is good, because when he comes back, I'm gonna hate him.
How can you hate Adolf Flitler?
He's a less charming Gendo.
Yeah.
And about the only thing he does is some fucking manipulative bullshit where he sets up his son to be a mobile suit pilot without anyone knowing about it.
You know, the thing is like with Flit currently, I don't know. It's just, he's weird, man. He has a dictator stash now. Goatee.
Yeah, Flitler. Gosh, where do we even begin with Flitler? Right now, he isn't really all that much of a presence, but one of the things that kind of caught my attention immediately is Age 1 is at the family home in the barn beneath a bunch of hay. Now, ignoring just how nobody's really noticed that's there, the biggest thing I suppose I have issues with, and this really paints Flit in a bad light. His first episode, Vegans attack the colony he was just at, i.e. the colony where his family lives. And not only is he just letting the Vegans continue to attack the colony, which, his entire shtick is kill the Vegans, protect people, which seems highly hypocritical. He's allowing them to attack the colony where his family resides. So, the only takeaway is that either A, Flit is really stupid, or B, Flit is on that Gendo Ikari life where he is watching this, expecting his son to fight, and turning him into a killer. Which, I don't know, guys.
It's
the
latter. It is absolutely the latter.
That's peak Gundam villain hours.
Why do you think... Here's the thing, this is why I like Flit. He's a fucking monster. Like, why do you think he even got with Emily? So he could have a progeny in case he ever got killed.
Yeah.
He does not deserve those Quattro shades he was wearing for 2 seconds.
The thing that, kind of irks me about this show is that they still have not explained enough of a reason why the Vegans do what they do. So, it makes you kind of want to side with Flit, which you shouldn't want to. He's literally wanting to genocide them, but they're absolutely the worst.
I will say, siding with Flit on genociding the Vegans, alright, fair enough. It's bad that a Gundam show is making genocide the right course of action, but whatever.
We have time to fix that.
Like, manipulating your child, putting thousands or millions of people at risk to turn your child into a killer to carry on your legacy there's no way to get around it. That is extremely evil.
Yep.
But they killed his waifu.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You have an actual wife and a child.
And
Take
they,
care of
and they
them.
do
Even though the
suck.
second one's barely there, but
And they all
you do
suck.
have 2 of them.
Did you
The,
see
the
Emily's
waifu's
eyes?
kids would have been even better.
Oh yeah, she.
That marriage is unhappy.
Whoever's on that animation team, bra fucking vo, because you definitely managed to capture her being dead inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Denos fucking model of the shit is the best.
And the fact that Asemu managed to be like a good kid somehow, who's likable but also has flaws.
Yeah.
Well, it's because
so
his
far
dad's off most of the time. He's unironically pulling the Gendo.
Yeah. I'm prepared for some abandonment issues, and then Asumu basically coming, like, at the midpoint of the season, giving his dad the middle finger and going his own way. I'm prepared for it. I want it so bad.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is that Wolf is dead. Wolf is his actual dad.
Oh yeah, no, Wolf.
Wolf is a better dad than Flit will ever be.
Dude, yeah, can we... Alright, we haven't really, like, experienced her much yet, but... Millie. She is aged like a fine wine, meanwhile Vargas aged like milk.
Yeah, he's 55 in the original show, and he looks like he's 80, and now he's like 80-something, and he still
looks 80.
But,
Like, he hit level cap, and he just stayed there.
just, like... Largan, Redman, he isn't around, so...
Yeah, Logan's off doing his own thing in his own mind.
I guess
Despite
that
being
plot...
married to Millie.
What?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, they're married.
Spoilers.
I think they even have a kid.
Didn't know
No,
that.
it's not. I don't even know if it's mentioned in Age 2 at all. It's because he has his own manga where all that gets addressed.
Boo raises pitch.
No, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
Bailey.
It doesn't actually matter for the rest of Age, unfortunately. We have a new redhead man who doesn't wear goggles though, who's the sub commander of their mobile suit team. He's the guy. He's the one without the Adele. I forget his name.
So, alright, let's just kind of wean in here, because we're not really going to do the good and the bad with this, because I'll admit there's not quite enough to talk about this time around. One of the things that
really intermixed.
Yeah, but one thing that I did like was the mobile suit team. They're not really like definitive characters yet, but they are trying to do something with them.
They have a dynamic.
Which,
they're actually useful.
And they're working together. It's cool.
It's you got these scrappy underdog rookies, and you've got the old man with his friggin' mutton chops here, putting all the work in, trying to turn him into some kind of fighting force.
He's trying to steal Grodek's thunder.
Oh well, Grodek's not done yet. We have more Grodek.
No,
Raise his pitch, bailiff.
It's not a spoiler. I'm not gonna tell you anything about when, where, or why, but we haven't seen the last of our boy yet.
But yeah. So there's not much to say on that front. It was just interesting and cool to see how they backed Asumu up. Like, he isn't the be-all end-all god that Flit was. And they're helping one another out. There's actual camaraderie and conversations between them. It's so refreshing.
I
see
love
a
how
Gundam.
Asumu, like, he approaches Wolf and he's like, what was my dad like? Because Asumu has to live up to this
Wolf
legacy of an actual god amongst the battlefield.
Can I just point out that Wolf had the literal perfect response? He said, "He's an interesting kid," followed immediately by, "You're just another soldier, I don't give a fuck."
But yeah, overall, I'm utterly shocked that the gnome had a child and that the child is really cute. Like,
She takes after her mom, according to her.
Yeah, but she
People
looks
don't even
like...
realize he's her dad, despite them being the only people around with blue hair.
Well, blue hair, and she kind of has like the same...
nose.
She has like the same facial features, but is not fat and like has Gundam.
She's a little chubby.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Little-
yeah.
little
I think
chunk
we're all
is
in
fine,
agreement.
you know?
She's thick. It's good.
Dude, there's a lot of.
okay,
there's a
everyone
lot
has
of-
a nice butt in this arc. Actually, can we?
Everyone
Yeah.
is caked
Stop.
up.
Everybody's
Everyone.
too thick.
I don't
like-
know why it is.
The
We're
next
talking
gen is
everyone
just...
from our protagonist to our villains to our freaking background characters. Everybody got booty.
Dude,
I don't know
Gundam
why.
Age too
Asubu's
thick.
cake
There's your
in the
subtitle
ending
right
scene?
there.
in the
Oh, yeah.
in the ending
In the-
song, just like while he's running, I'm like, God damn, boy, damn, he thick.
But yeah, no. Back to fucking characters. Anybody else? Any other interesting ones that stood out before we get to?
Well, that's
Residents.
kind of my point. Everyone stood out. Like, you can point to any character in this arc who's given more than one scene, and I can tell you what their personality is, who their relationships are with,
Oh,
and
yeah.
what, like that. It's great.
I know who
Yeah.
we should talk about. I think we should talk about our rival of the series, Sci-Fi.
Our
All right,
big
Virgil.
bad for this arc.
I'm just gonna say this. I get vibes from this guy that he's okay. The best way to put it is that he is somebody's Universal Century OC that somehow got put into this show. Like, this guy is just edgy. He is edgy, angsty. Like,
He's not really.
Well,
he
no,
looks
I mean-
that way, but he doesn't
He's-
act that way.
he's coming
just
across
kinda
that way
quiet.
right now. He's coming across that way right now, and it doesn't help that there's the weird pseudo love triangle thing that's emerging. Like, this feels like somebody's character that they made to be on the white base, who is like gunning for Sayla as well, or some other nonsense. He gives me vibes that he's a Pale Rider pilot. Like, I'm not jiving with him.
You see, I actually disagree. I feel that, like, had the show had some restraint and actually not revealed that he was a vegan from episode 1 forward, that moment where he actually, like, confronts Flit,
Pops out the Zeta SAR when he's fighting the Gundam. That would have been great.
that would have been great.
This is-
and also, like,
yeah.
he literally, like, pulls, like, some DMC level Virgil bullshit of, well, we were born on 2 different worlds. I'm like, okay, that is kind of edgy, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's not wrong. He even says, like, yeah, I really enjoyed my time at that school,
But I
but
got
my
a
home
mission.
is a hellhole, and if I don't do something about it, it's gonna stay that way.
Yeah, no, I fucking love Gahart. Doesn't help that he has a really good
Also-
theme song.
Because I don't know where else I'm gonna talk about this. If you're attentive, they'll goof you with the Age 2. They say the Age 2 is 3 times faster in mobile armor mode. And you're like, okay, cool. There's your Char reference. Nice. And then the
Nice.
Zetas shows up, and it's
Yeah.
3 times faster in mobile suit mode, and you realize, oh shit, they're boned.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is that those first 2 episodes, I'm just kind of rolling my eyes because they reveal that stuff way too soon. It's
He's
sort of why I
literally
say,
getting out of the cryopod in the first scene.
yeah, like it's one of those things where if they re-edited episodes 16, 17, and 18 into one concise story, I think it could work.
Now, should we talk about fucking Gahart's brother?
Oh,
Fuck
Deso.
him.
Okay,
The
it's
worst part about Deso is that he lost Aiki Takagaki as his voice actress now.
Yeah, I'm really pissed off that they recast him.
I mean, it's Dezel. I'd rather just mute scenes he's in, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, they established that he's still a fucking spoiled little shit immediately, so it's like, fuck him. I want him to
No.
die.
One thing I do like is that, like, they actually use the Age 1 OST for when he shows up on screen, the same song that plays when he shows up originally in Age 1.
They use it a couple of times. One of the battle scenes has the Age 1 battle theme going on before the Gundam shows up. It's kind of a nice nod to like let the audience know
Like,
that the dynamics are shifting.
The music
Like mobile suits
composer,
transform now, and the Asimu's on the field, and he's different, and not better, just different.
yeah, whoever's directing, like, how the music goes into the show, and the editors, I appreciate them because not only are a lot of the Age 2 soundtrack actually remixes of Age 1 songs, but they use some of the Age 1 songs at appropriate scenes, and I like that. It's a nice little
Also,
touch.
while we're juxtaposing Age 1 and 2, can I just say, if you gave us like a 5-episode condensed Age 1 as like a mini story arc, and you gave us the first 25 episodes as Age 2, do you know how much better this show would be? Think about that.
Yeah,
Like,
they
maybe-
pulled a JoJo, basically.
Yeah, if Asemu's our main
Yeah.
character from the start, right? Everyone's likable, and you establish Flit as a jackass from go, and then you flash back to Age 1, and you show us how he got there, suddenly he's a lot more sympathetic, and all of these decisions seem to make a lot more sense. Like, I was too mad at this fucking show to really think about this when I watched it like 10 years ago, but someone really needed to sit down in pre-production and just look over this treatment and be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, because, like,
Why are we doing it this way? We're shooting ourselves in the foot at like every opportunity
if we
for this gimmick.
if we flashed back to Flit, like, it would make a lot more sense, like, why he dehumanizes the Vegans, because at this point in the series in Age 2, it seems like everyone knows that the Vegans are humanoid, that they're
They do.
people. And to flash back to this time before where we didn't know what they were, and the mentality was, even if we do know what they are, fuck them, we're gonna kill them, it makes Flit seem more reasonable.
Right, because back then he was fighting these inhuman monsters that nobody had any idea about.
He's
and
just
they killed
never
his
grown out of that
family and
mindset.
his, like,
I'm not entirely sure I agree, only because, I mean, if Age 1 had decent writing just from the outset and was concise with its runtime, it wouldn't be the bad part.
it's not
like-
the bad part.
It wouldn't be a bad part. So I get what you guys are saying. I don't, like,
I mean,
if we're talking about rewrites, I don't think that's necessarily the direction to go.
that's probably correct. I'm also just like riding the high of actually having like interesting Gundam shit on screen again. I got a fucking red comet kick out of this that I didn't remember from last time. I was like, "Eee!"
A red comet kick that's just a rider kick from Kamen Rider.
Because the red comet kick is a rider kick.
No,
No, it's not. Two separate
it's not.
kicks. But
Let me throw some shit down for you, and I'm about to make all y'all's draws drops. This is how Unicorn should have done it when Full Frontal did it.
Over the top and stupid and silly
no,
looking.
that doesn't fit with
Yeah.
UC, in my opinion.
No.
No, just check this out. Because they're calling so much attention to it, right? That's kind of the point. Here, it's just a nice, cute, haha, funny reference, yeah? If Full Frontal does it, suddenly you realize exactly what he's doing without saying that he's pretending to be Char.
I like that. No, I get what you're saying. He's
I-
overplaying the Char kick to
that's fair
deliberately
enough.
make it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's deliberately overplaying it to make people think he's actually Char.
Right, because in Unicorn, he just kind of does it, and you're like, oh, hey, that's the same way that they animated in Mobile Suit Gundam. That's neat. But the whole point of Full Frontal's character is that he's fucking Char's Kylo Ren, minus the tantrums.
So yeah, no, he overplays it to make himself so cool. Yeah, no, that's cool. Anyway, continue.
I will say that the action overall as a whole with this season is really good.
Yeah, you noted, like, originally I was complaining about the animation quality taking kind of a dive for 16 and 17, and then when we got the Age 2 first started doing Mobile Suit Battles, like, oh, they had all the in-betweeners prepping for this for the past few
Even
years.
then,
This is, like, really good.
yeah,
one thing
I
I-
get it now.
One thing I will say is that even then, when the Age 1 is fighting the ZSR, like, they go in, and one of the things that I enjoyed about that scene was that the way the Age 1 hops up into the air with its two beam sabers, and like you see the shadow of the Age 1 as it's coming
Yeah,
down.
I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
even if it's a
the-
little off model, they go a lot into making it move and fight different now that Flit's no longer in the cockpit, and I really
Well,
appreciate that.
Yeah, like I think Dingle and I may have the same thoughts on this. It's not that the animation during the fights took a dive. It's just that they're doing. It's like the you know those jokes where they say never pause Naruto during a fight scene.
Yeah.
They're deliberately drawing it a bizarre way to emphasize the motion and movement, which is just more fluid, and you're watching this thing unfold. It's not as static and slow as Age 1 was. So I think the animation just across the board is better.
I'm
The fights
vibing with
just
you
look
on that.
better.
Then that makes the Age 2's fights even better because they're doing that and also putting the details in.
Yeah.
Because the Age 2's fights look great. Like, A+ right there.
Also, the Age 2 as a design just works a lot better than the Age 1.
So, I used to hate it, and then what's kind of turning me around to it is it has a close combat mode, which I forgot that it had. It maneuvers the shoulder verniers or whatever they are, the spiky bits. They go out and behind it whenever he draws his beam sabers. Like it changes its geometry to suit whatever range it's fighting at the moment, which I think is really cool. And they don't call attention to it either, which is better. You just have to notice.
Like monkey brain sets in. I just think it's ugly.
I mean, all 3 Ages are ugly.
Yeah,
All 4
you
Ages are
don't-
ugly. But this one
I
is
like
less
the
ugly than
HFX,
Age 1.
but we're not there yet.
We'll get there if we get there.
I hate the HFX. It's gross.
But Anchor, you had something?
Yeah, no, I agree that the animation's gone a lot better. I love the fact that they fucking point out, oh, it uses 2 beam sables. Like, this is like that extra fucking mileage to say, these are not the same 2 pilots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just a
Asemu
little
fight's
thing.
totally different from his dad.
And I kind of like how they are drawing emphasis on Rival Man has X-Rounder powers, and they're really playing into that now. And Asemu is just trying to keep up, and he's having issues. It's nice underdog nonsense.
Yeah, there's nothing special about Asemu, which is what makes him compelling.
Yeah, I will say, okay, this is gonna be a weird take that kind of came to mind. So comparing the first 5 episodes, I'm gonna say the call to adventure for Age 2 is a lot weaker than Age 1. Age 1 had a lot going on within those first few episodes for like a segment, which I could basically understand what was happening, why it was happening, and what it was leading to. This one, it is basically Asemu just joining the military and being assigned to a ship. Now, there's nothing wrong with that per se, but when I look at the long line of Gundam protags, the only time that's really the call to adventure is if they're an OVA protag. And there's nothing wrong with it, it's just nothing has really grabbed my attention yet. And I think it doesn't help that I don't necessarily care about the relationship between Asemu and Rival Man. It didn't click with me.
I feel like I don't know, like, cause like I was boarded out by the school scenes, right? I felt like a lot of them weren't necessary. But if they had actually built on their relationship as friends, then just kind of meandering around like school hijinks, I think that would have been better because it would have hit a lot harder. Also, saving the fact that Zayar is a vegan would have just been leagues better. But
So, this isn't I don't think this counts as a spoiler, and I don't think we're ever going to
Bailiff,
watch
get
it,
ready to
so...
raise his pitch.
No. That's what the compilation movie does. Like, half the runtime is them in school together in Memories of Eden.
Okay. Huh.
Strange.
I mean,
So,
the
someone else
compilation
had that
movies
idea.
can make things a lot better. Like,
Yeah.
I hear G-Reco's 10 times better with the compilation movie than
Yeah,
actual
Age is
G-Reco.
weird because it doesn't have compilation movies. It just has Memories of Eden. It's just Zayhart and Asemu's movie. That's it.
Huh.
And it runs through their relationship from Age 2 to the end of the series, I think.
I'll say that they don't even necessarily need to do like half of movie runtime, because think about the good old Pixar movie Up. we're able to learn about this old man's entire story with his wife
In like 15
within the
minutes.
time frame of like 5-10 minutes.
Yep.
You can do a lot with your runtime.
And we had a third of that devoted to a pretty useless insert song, so right there.
Yeah, just a montage of stills.
Yeah, and
Like, I actually learned more about their relationship from the stills in the ending credits, where there's all the pictures that they had Romary taking of them,
Yeah.
than I do from the episodes where they're ostensibly hanging out
can
together.
we talk about
If they
how Asimu's friends just kind of don't matter? Like, the two
I was
friends...
expecting them to be like bridge crew or something, but no, they just went off to college, and I think they're gone now.
I'm actually happy about that.
Yeah, at least
I'm
they're
not gonna
being
lie.
happy.
Well, no, it's more than that. Like, you don't need to have every character that appears be relevant on the ship. It's one of those things where I expected them to be the mobile suit pilots or bridge crew or something, and it's just, no, they moved on with their lives. I'm like, oh, alright, that's fun.
I guess. But the Diva's still frickin' contrivance central. You've got the General's best friend is another chief mobile suit mechanic, whose daughter is part of the MS team. The MS team lead is the guy who was the MS team lead beforehand, who was kind of sort of dating the captain, but not really, but she's also the captain now. And then you have the General's son in the team.
And then the General's son's crush joined.
Alright, that's the one contrivance, but the rest of that effectively falls to experience and nepotism. Like, the gnome kid being aboard the ship kind of makes sense, because I always got the vibe that Vargas was teaching him about the age system during this series. His daughter being there sort of makes sense as well, on the grounds of nepotism.
Oh yeah, and then like
Millie
also
being the
it's
captain
mentioned
makes sense.
It's mentioned in that one scene where he's like worrying about his daughter, and she's like, "Don't worry, or else mom's
Gonna
gonna
have
get
mom
mad at
smack
you."
you on the ass again.
And Asimu being there makes a lot of sense because Flit put him there. Like, if you just frame this as Flit putting his kill team together of people that he knows,
No, that makes sense.
it
Oh
makes
yeah,
sense.
you know what? You're right.
He's playing the chess
I take that
board.
back.
Can we see the chess game of Lelouch v Britannia versus Flit Awesome?
I actually want to see him playing chess against Gilbert Durandal, because that's the level we're on right here.
Yeah, he even has. I mean, yeah. God, Flit really does just look like Mirror Universe villain.
I'm telling you, this is the Gundam series from the Mirror Universe.
Ah, yes, your evil Star
This is
Trek Mirror
Glorify
Universe
the
self
war.
is gonna
This is
watch
where you
Age.
glorify war and miscommunication.
But alright. So I don't think we have a ton else to talk about this episode, but I have one thing I wish to reveal, and it made my time with Age infinitely more entertaining. I on a lark decided for episodes 18, 19, and 20 to watch them in the English dub. And it is
yes.
the funniest. It is the funniest thing.
It is a very well put together Hong Kong dub.
Is it like, okay, is it a fan dub or is this official?
Hong Kong
release?
dub.
No, it's a Hong Kong dub. So these are all people whose like third language is English, and they don't get paid
Okay.
a whole lot of money.
That makes sense then, because I'm sitting here watching this, just going, you know, in instances where they should be emotive and screaming and yelling, they're going like, ah.
Yeah.
I may or may not have like spliced them in at points to cut up the video. It is so funny. It's so stilted. I love it. There's nothing really else to say on that front. It's just it's something that you gotta see, and you can't really have it explained to you. It basically turned Age into something that's so bad it's good for me.
Yeah, so what we get out of Age 2, everyone Thicc and Flit's still an asshole.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of asses in this series I'm starting to get now. They're just everywhere.
If this was a series on its own, I would have dropped it like episode 3. It's not enough happens.
Yep.
It is a boring slog.
I found myself enjoying it.
Things got better come the 4th and 5th episode, but it is rough getting there. Like, it's arguably more rough than Age 1.
I disagree. I think there's no setting stuff to really build up. We just get introduced to the characters. Like, it's bland and like it's by the numbers, but I at least, wasn't bored.
If we skip to Flit, like having his friendship with Zayhart, and then not Flit, Asuna.
Asemu.
Yeah.
Asemu.
Yeah, Asemu.
Assman. Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice. Also, yeah, can we talk about that? I do not like his design. All right, that ponytail that
drives
cut,
me crazy.
No drip,
because it's always resting on his freaking shoulder
until it's not, and then it goes back to resting.
Until it's not, and then it cuts back, and they almost never animate it moving. It's just there. I'm like, is it a hair extension?
No, it's like a grossy flesh protube from the back of his head that's covered in hair.
It shouldn't bother me as much as it does, but holy shit, man. Cut the thing off!
No, because then future shit doesn't happen.
I don't know. I kind of like the design. I don't know why.
He looks fine. It's just
what it reminds me of? You know what it reminds me of? Anakin Skywalker in Episode 2.
No, he doesn't. That's not a Padawan ponytail.
Padawan braid.
It kind of is.
Oh,
you telling me like Flit's gonna like cut his little rat tip?
That means Wolf's gonna do it with the frickin' G-Bouncer's Shigeru blade. Oh yeah, it has the Age Spallow's monomolecular blade on its shield, which I thought was cool.
Before we go, the G-Bouncer's cool. That's really all I gotta say.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's Wolf 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. All right. But does anyone have any closing thoughts or things that we missed?
As I said before, this show is full of asses, and some of them stink. So
also, Romary and Orisa are freaking too cute, and I kind of hate it. I don't really hate it. They're both adorable, but
oh yeah, Romary is very clearly the person who's gonna have Age 3 happen.
Yeah, she's gonna get the acorn.
But I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Because so far there's an actual relationship there.
Yeah, there's chemistry there, and she has a character.
Yep.
And the show's not ignoring her like they were with Emily.
But yeah. Anchor, you have anything?
No, I don't. For now, it's just wait and see, because the fun things are starting now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably the last time I'm gonna be enjoying myself for a while.
I will say it was funny that Rival Man just went to Dezel. I'm your commander now. Get over it. And Dezel was seething.
Yeah, because he's Dezel's little brother.
Rank than me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught that.
No, I did.
Yeah.
Even with the dub.
This pisses me off more than the time I lost, but I didn't lose.
I hate Dezel so much.
I love
Dezel. Yeah, Dingle, what were you saying?
No, I didn't say anything. I'm just
okay.
Fucking Dezel maulding is slightly
He's
hilarious.
Literally maulding too. His hairline's receding.
Commander, we need to put Dezel into the cryopod. His hairline's receding even more.
Oh no! It's happening again. We can't have him be bald. That looks stupid.
He already looks stupid.
But wait, so we can give him goggles. Weird goggles that make his eyes beady.
We did that with his brother, and look what happened to him.
Alright, I think we'll just wrap this up here by giving a thank you to the current patrons. And I apologize if I butcher some of your names. Lara Kia? We're gonna go with Lara Kia. Columbi, Blackacre, Josh, Spag, Padden, Mace, Super Atomic Dumbboy, Don, Striker, Shockfist, Ken, Kyle Commissar, King Delirious, and Dan. Thank you all very much for doing what you do, and if going forward, if by the time we get to Age 3, we get 5 more patrons, I'll go back to reading everybody's name again. Past, present, and not future. I can't see the future.
Don't abandon
Not an
us.
X-rounder?
No, I'm not an X-rounder. Though
He doesn't use the unused part of his brain.
Yet. But yeah, thank you all very much. I do appreciate it. And all of you that are tuning in to watch, I appreciate you as well.
We love you!
It's been a time. I started a new job. I moved again. it's been a wild ride. So thank you all for sticking up. I've been Boo. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.